Assalamu alaikum students. This is your teacher Miss Saima Khurram. How are you all today? In this session, we are going to begin from the role of carbon as a backbone of organic substances. Now, we've already studied regarding the various allotropic forms of carbon. We have already seen that carbon and its compound have very important role in our lives, as the process of photosynthesis basically depend on carbon dioxide, which is a compound of carbon. Carbon, as we all know, is in the fourth group of the periodic table. That is, it has got 4 electrons in its valence shell. Now this allows it to form single, double and triple bond, and basically as many bonds, and it has such a vast variety of bonds, different compounds formed by it, that we have to have another branch of science called organic chemistry, solely reserved for the compounds of carbon, with the exception of a few. Also, there are various compounds of carbon that are very important for the industrial progress of a country, like petrol, alcohol, carbohydrates, fats. Basically, we can say that the industry is carbon dependent. Carbon has huge variety of compound and products being made, and thus economy is very much dependent on the compounds of carbon. Now, we are going to go on to the process of photosynthesis. In this process also, carbon holds a very important place. So, now let us first discuss what is photosynthesis. So, it is a process by which chlorophyll in the leaves of plants capture light energy. Light energy means sunlight, which they then use to change carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide they get from the atmosphere, from the air around them, and water they get from the roots. And all these things, the sunlight, the carbon dioxide and water, that is incorporated by the system in the plants, and then it is converted into the food, which is glucose, starch, with a release of a waste product, which according to the plants is the waste, and they expel it out in the atmosphere, but for us is very important, like it balances out the circulation of oxygen, because oxygen is mostly consumed by us humans and animals for respiration, so that is balanced out by the production of it through plants. Okay, so as I already said that a plant uses the process of photosynthesis, and in this process plant is making its own food, and there are raw materials for it, which are water, carbon dioxide and light energy. Okay, we know that carbon dioxide contains carbon and oxygen. The formula for carbon dioxide is CO2, one atom of carbon and two atoms of oxygen. Now, first of all, let's go on to some brief facts which we already know from previous classes, but would like to again go over them. We all know that the plant roots grow towards the water, that is beneath the earth's surface, and from here it extracts its water and nutrients from soil. Okay, now the soil, let us look at the composition of soil. Now here we are saying that 20% of soil is made up of water, that is stored between the particles. Now see, these are the soil particles that are being surrounded by water. Okay, and there are certain air pockets also. So the plant root absorb this water which is beneath the surface. So let us ask, what part of the plant takes in water? As already said, Plant absorb water through the roots, and from the roots all the way it moves up to the stem and leaves. Okay, now let's come on to the other part, the shoot of the plant, or we can say the stem and leaves. Plant leaves grows towards light, that is above the surface, towards the sunlight. Now, plant cell have chloroplasts. If you take a leaf, the green leaf plants basically we are talking about, they have chloroplast in their cells, which contains chlorophyll. Now this chlorophyll is responsible for the green color of plants. It is the green pigment which absorbs the light energy, the sunlight, and plant use this energy to convert the carbon dioxide and water into the food. See over here. This is the carbon dioxide that has been taken up from the atmosphere, from the leaves. The underside of leaves have got small holes into them called stomata. From here the carbon dioxide enters, and as already in the previous pages I told you, that previous slides I told you that the roots gather the water. They extract the water from the beneath the surface, and this water and the carbon dioxide along with the light, with the help of the chlorophyll in the plant cells, it is converted to glucose, which is the food for plants. And there is a waste product called oxygen and some water. This water is coming in the form of the small droplets on leaves that is expelled out, and the oxygen is given back to the atmosphere to maintain the balance in the atmosphere. Okay, so here we have the diagrammatic representation of photosynthesis. See, this is the plant, the roots. Now here is a sun. The leaves are going to the plant is going to absorb the light energy. The carbon dioxide is taken up from the atmosphere, which is going in the plant from through the leaves, from the underside, from through the stomata. The chlorophyll, the light energy, and the water and the carbon dioxide, they all mix and they form the glucose, which is used as the food for plant. And then we have that over here the sugar is made, and then we have the waste product oxygen, which is being sent back to the atmosphere. So this waste product, which is oxygen, this is sent back to the atmosphere, and we need this to stay alive. And just as the carbon dioxide is taken in through the stomata, the oxygen that has to be expelled out also leaves through the stomata. Okay, which part of the plant takes in carbon dioxide? As I said, the bottom part of the leaves have got stomata, so carbon dioxide enters through this, and also the waste product oxygen leaves through it. This is the structure of the leaf. You can see this, the underside of the leaf, we have got this stomata. This is the opening. From here the carbon dioxide enters. These are the chloroplasts. The sunlight we get, and the water, all the process of photosynthesis starts. The carbon dioxide and water reacts with the help of sunlight and chloroplast, and it breaks up into glucose, which is taken up as a food, and oxygen gas is released through the stomata, and some water vapors as well. So we are going to stop till here, and inshallah we'll begin with the next topic, that is respiration, in the next session. Till then, Assalamu alaikum.